Hello and welcome to this first lecture of this new section on prototype development and testing in this course, New Business Development. So in this section, we will give you a good view of, in-depth view of how to develop and test prototypes for successful new business development, right? And we will start by giving you an overview of the process here in this lecture. So how do you think you can develop and test prototypes after having generated an idea, done a UNS studies, and developed a winning concept? How can you develop and test prototypes that can help you become successful new business? Any thoughts? See, the development of and testing of a prototype begins with the winning concept. We saw the winning concept in the last lecture. How does one get winning concept? And that's an iterative cycle. So if you have done a concept development properly and testing, you would have a winning concept as a starting point of your development and testing of your product or prototype. Once you have the winning concept, you use that to do what is called prototype development. You develop a product. And how does one do that? We will talk about that as we go forward in this set of lectures. Then what you do is you do a concept use testing. So last time we did concept testing, this time you do concept use testing. And what that is, we will talk to you. And if they meet certain criteria, which again we will disclose later, is that you have a winning prototype, a prototype that can really help you build new business. And if you don't, then what you do is you go back and iterate. You go back and iterate and keep developing your prototype till the time you find a winning prototype. So that's the process. A simple kind of four-step process or three-step in an iterative loop, right? So that's how the you can develop and test a prototype. So how do you get a winning concept? To get a winning concept, what you need to do is to basically you will start your winning concept will come from the concept and development testing, as we were saying. So you would have done your work on concept development and testing and done the survey and iterated many times, and that output will give you the winning concept. Then you need to the process. Once you have the winning concept, you need to get into prototype development. Now the question is, how does one go about prototype development? Is it again out of hat thing, or out of thin air I produce a prototype? Not really. There is a scientific process that we will outline to you that has been used by great multinationals like GE and Johnson & Johnson in new product development, to which I have been a party in terms of using that process at a global scale, in a regional scale, in Johnson & Johnson as a new product development director. So how to use, what that process is, we will talk to you about now. So this process basically starts with determining what is called CTQs. CTQs are critical to quality parameters. And don't worry, we will spend next lecture talking about what is this CTQ in a lot more detail. But at this point of time, these are the quality parameters that your product must have to deliver the value as per your concept, winning concept. So you determine CTQs. Once you have determined CTQs, then you develop best design ideas. You have multiple ideas, multiple ways to designing the product that can meet those quality requirements, right? And that's what you do, best design idea. Then you identify parts and process. So you now have a shape of a product, an idea of a product that will meet customer requirements in terms of meeting those CTQs. And then you say what should go in, what are the parts, and how should I make it? So you identify the parts and process design. And lastly, you do an optimization and prediction. You look at, again, like a concept, you do multiple design of experiment. You produce multiple prototypes and then see which were optimized. Optimized point of view of delivering the quality at the least possible cost in shortest possible time. So these are the four critical steps that you need to take to develop prototype for successful new business development. So what do we do next? So we get on to this process and we will look at in detail, in depth, how to determine the CTQs. What are these CTQs exactly? And how to go about determining CTQs to develop a winning prototype. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture of prototype development and testing, and I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy. And I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.